lovelies. Gosh, it feels like it's been forever since I picked this up and spoken to you, but it's really only been probably about a week. And what a week. I feel like it's because I've been doing a lot of internal monologuing upstairs, but not really wanting to connect or speak to people outside of that. And that's because I've been giving myself a really hard time, and I've been really negative upstairs, up in here. And yeah, it's been just a real, that kind of headspace kind of week. And I actually ended up doing a long kind of journaling session about it, and I wouldn't usually share any excerpts from that, but I think especially at this time of year it might be helpful to share a little reflection on that. So I'm gonna grab the journal and read what I wrote down. Class is in session. Why am I being so hard on myself? I think when your mind shifts, the changes take longer, and it causes this frustration between where you're currently at and where you know you will be. The mental version of me, the future me, isn't the current me, but it's the current me that will build the future me. Current me needs nurturing, she needs a little love, or future me doesn't happen. You can't be so hard on this version. She is the one trying. She is the one working at it every day. She is the one persevering. She is the one pulling herself up and showing up. You should celebrate that more and champion her by acknowledging the small daily efforts. A lot more in there than just that, but that's the part that I wanted to share, and I guess was my main takeaway from that session. I came out here and I'm taking some time off and a break to do just that. So that is a positive thing, to be able to take stock of where you're currently at, what you've been doing for the past few years, what still serves you that's in that picture, what doesn't, what do you need to let go of, what direction do you want to move forward in. And so this has definitely been necessary time to do that. But I think then when you get super clear on your next chapter and where you do want to go, you want to be there already, right? You're well, I see it for myself now, and I know exactly what I want to bring into my world. I know exactly what I want to create. I know how I want to move through this next season, and that's great. But there is a bridge to cross before you get there, right? There is work to be done, and it is literally looking across at yourself. And seeing then all the obstacles, I guess, or all the work that has to be done to take you from your current positioning to your future positioning. And then I think this week that just got translated and caught up into overwhelm, rather than it being a positive framing of that is so exciting and that is gonna happen, and being a bit more oh my goodness, how do you get there? There feels such a big leap and such a big jump that I have to do to get from A to B. But it's not. It's just time accumulation and daily action and daily change, and those micro movements build into that bigger picture. The frustration is that you don't see them on a daily mapping, even though you're showing up and doing them. You see it a year down the line, or you see the progress 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, because I don't like to think of things in such small increments. And yeah, so I think the January season and all the stuff around New Year's definitely contributes to that headspace. And so excuse me, but that's why I feel so many people get lost in the sauce, and you just have to keep at it. But you can't keep at it from a space of being so hard on yourself, because that's what makes you fail faster, and that's what makes you feel worse about it. if you're gonna keep making those changes and committing to those new habits or new daily routines or just new mindsets, new work patterns, whatever it like might be that you know you need to do to get to the place you want to go, you can't come at it every single day and beat yourself down about it and beat yourself down about not being that 1 year future version of yourself, or 5 year future version of yourself, or 10 year future version of yourself, you know, and what your life looks like in that season, because it takes time. And what doesn't help is every single day waking up and just being so hard on yourself for not being there yet, because then you just have to bring it back to logic and think, well, obviously, because that's going to take 6 months for me to see that change, or that's going to take at least a year for that to be my life and my lifestyle and what I'm doing at that time. Right now I'm working on new business proposals, different ventures for the current businesses that I own and run, and that is honestly like a 5 to 10 year mapping. So in 2 days I can't expect to see the fruit from the tree, you know, and all of these things I guess are there in knowledge, but when you're living it and you're trying to keep motivated every single day and to keep persevering, you need to be really freaking kind to yourself about it, and you need encouragement, and it needs to come from a place of love and not from a place of shame. And that's what I've pushed towards to the end of this week, and showing up from that place of like care and encouragement, not from you haven't achieved it yet, it's been 4 days. And it sounds ridiculous when you frame it like that, you know, but I guess when you just get in that spiral head loop, it can bog you down a little bit. So I'm glad that like the journaling session really helped. So if you're in that or in that space, get a pen and paper, brain dump a little bit, I guess, is my wise suggestion to you. And after I did that, I definitely felt a lot lighter, and I definitely felt more in a better headspace to positively encourage me to keep working towards those goals that, yes, can feel difficult and might take a little time, but will 1000% be worth it. But you don't get there if you give up, and you certainly don't get there by being so self-critical. And on that note, gosh, I feel like that was an intense little deep dive there, but I hope in some way helpful to someone. And yeah, today we're going on an adventure, so that's very exciting. I'm gonna go walk to another town. It's gonna take me about 2 hours, I think, an hour and 40 minutes, but on the other side of it is a delicious coffee and maybe a cake or a pastry today. So yeah, I'm gonna get myself ready and go leave the house and go on a nice walk, get the steps in, and yeah, go and see some lovely friends who own that coffee shop over in a different town. They have one here as well. It's the place I go to when I'm here, Slow Coffee Tenerife, but now they have 2, and so I'm going to go to the one in the next town, and the owners will be there, I think, so it'd be really nice to see them again. Let's go. I should have guessed really, because it's Puerto, but all I've done for the past 15 minutes is a steep incline straight out the bat, and all I'm continuing to do is a steep incline up the hill. I fear that La Orotava might be higher up, like a lot higher up, and I fear that the walk is basically just going to be this for an hour and a half. So let's keep going and see how sweaty I am when I get to the other side. Loco looks like a place I would have a very, very good time, actually. It's definitely the best thing about just randomly going to new places and deciding to walk there, because you'll see so many things that you wouldn't see otherwise. These are some beautiful houses on the hill. We're kind of up in the banana plantations, as you can probably hear from my breath. we're still going uphill, so that has not stopped yet. So it's definitely going to be a much needed coffee and sweet treat at the other side. Oh my goodness, look how gorgeous these are. Wow. Majestic view of the Hyperdino. I don't know, it's like the supermarket out here. And he's so cute. That's where I'm always going for food. This is a big one though. Yeah, I haven't seen one that big before. Usually they're like smaller or express ones. I'm gonna give the best demo of it because I've got signage and stuff like this, but you can kind of see it peeping from behind. But when I say this valley is something else, that Puerto's like tucked in, but Puerto's obviously down by the sea, down that way, and we're going up today. I'll try and get a picture of it when I'm not in a road block. Also somewhere new. I hope you can hear me because the road loud's gonna be noisy and I can't bother to change my headphones for my music, but I'm like on a major road right now, but then there's like bus stops where I'm walking. So do you know when you just don't know how other people work their geography? That's how I feel on this walk. Yeah, so funny. I'm like literally on like a major roundabout. In the UK you would not catch me. Like, well, I'm gonna spin you around so I can show you. Like, I feel like I'm on the Spanish motorway, but then there's walkways cut in and there's bus stops on the walkway. But yeah, I'm just here like on the A roads having a good old gander. But this is where Google Maps told me to go to, and there are actual walkways with bus stops on them, so I assume I'm right. Hey, I think this is maybe giving a better sense of the valley situation that you're situated in, and it's just absolutely stunning. That sunbeam coming down is incredible. I'm gonna get a picture of that. Right on me. Wow! How stunning. We're going up there somewhere. I just had to stop as well because just today tidy's poking out just a little bit. It's a little cloud cover, and then she rolls all the way down to the sea over that way. Stop. I have arrived, and I literally turned the corner. I was like, yes, I've arrived, and no mold. We're still going up. I'm only a few minutes away, and yet still, and that is a climb. Keep it going. I've just left Slow Coffee La Orotava, which is so exciting. It's really, really nice to see Monica and Natalia. They're doing so well. That's their second shop that they opened, and it was definitely worth the climb it took to get here. And it's got me thinking that on the way back I'm going all the way down. Whoop! Which will be wonderful. I'm having another little coffee here. I'm just taking a little moment's pause, and I'm just going to have a wander around La Orotava. I've never been to this little town before, and I've been told that it's more like the cultural centre, I guess. The architecture is a lot older here, looks kind of medieval, which is fun. So I'm just going to have a wander around the town and see what we find, and then I will head back down the hill all the way to the sea again. But it's been very, very lovely to catch up with them. They do such wonderful things, and yeah, just really nice to see some familiar faces. It's been a very lovely way to spend a Saturday, and I got some beans to take home with me, which is so exciting. So I'm going to sip my coffee and then have a little wander.
pero lo hacemos. Disfrutando de cosas que atraen a los peseón. Disfrutando de noches de esas que las no se ven. Y las no se ven, pero estarando en gol. Anda, viste mal, a vos a otra mía. Vi contarte las cosas che non ti con tu. Ti dato le foto ti mata savon. Solo per che dai in discesa. Ando qui a boia ma io e la me. E por esa na va.
Let me tell you, the way down is a hell of a lot easier than the way up was. I feel like I could jog all the way to the sea, all the way down, but this is going to be a breeze because I'm just going downhill now for the next hour. See you at the bottom. I have made it back. I really caught the sun today out there, but it's gone kind of overcast now. So thank goodness that was downhill all the way back as well, because I was desperate for a wee. So just checked into the hotel for 5, and now I'm going to go down to the pool and make the most at the end of the day. It's coming up to 4 o'clock here, so yeah, gonna go swimming for a few hours. The waves out there today as well. Heidi has had her head in the cloud pretty much all day, which means she's mad again. And you can tell, I'll spin you around and you can see these waves absolutely crashing in today. It's all like whitewashed. Wow, it is rough out there today. There will be no one swimming in that. There are some big waves going on today, and they are crashing all the way in. Where's our little pink house? There it is. I always fear when the storm comes. It was really stormy the other day, and they really do just absolutely pelt this corner. Bless. There are some big ones rolling in today. Tidy's mad. Reporting live, looking tray chic. But I thought I would rehydrate my skin after being in the sun all day. It's just a hyaluronic face mask that's gonna come off my face when I speak, but I've had such a lovely day that I figured why not continue. So I'm gonna get myself ready and I'm gonna go for dinner and a wine and a vino. I haven't drunk at all since I've been out here. My liver's definitely grateful for it. I actually had a boozier end of the year than I thought. I'm not much of a big drinker. I either drink a lot or I just don't drink. I'm either 20 tequila shots on a dance floor or nothing at all. So, but I actually had not far too many because that makes it sound bad, but I was just having a good time basically. So I've definitely enjoyed doing dry jam, but not in the way that I've just been out here solo, so it's not felt like I've been saying no to anything, I guess. And yeah, I've really just been doing up health and wellness stuff. My gut's probably very thankful, so's my liver, so's my skin. So we're gonna rehydrate. I'm gonna watch some YouTube whilst this sticks to me, and then I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna go to a restaurant. There's actually a vegan restaurant out here. Like I said, I'm not exclusively vegan at the moment, but I do try and do plant-based whenever I can, because it's the best. It's the best for my body personally. I actually feel my best when I'm on mainly a raw diet. And if I lived in the sunshine, I'd probably do that a lot more, but being in the UK, you need the warmth of food most of the year round. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go out for a really nice dinner at this place. I have been there once before. It was delicious. Treat myself to a little small glass of vino, maybe get an ice cream. Wow, this is really starting to come off my face as I talk. I should chat less, moisturize more. I will see you out for dinner. Now, seeing as I started this vlog talking all about not being so hard on yourself, if there's one thing I back myself for until the end of time, it is that I know how to have a very good time all by myself. I can't tell you exactly when, but I just learned that joy lives within me and that it is entirely on us to manufacture that and create that for ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong, I have the most wonderful friends and family who fill my cup and make my life so abundant in so many ways. But me and me get along very, very well. And I think it's what's allowed me to live a life so full and so fulfilling. When you fill your own cup, when you choose to make every day a special occasion for yourself, when you don't wait for anybody else to do all the things that you want to do, life's better, you know? And people can add to that, certainly, but if it's stopping you from getting to where you want to go or doing things that you truly love, it's a shame. Because most of the time as well, I find when you throw yourselves into those things, you find other people who like doing them too, and you make new friends, or you meet new people, or you just enjoy it all by yourself. This is something I want to do way more of in 2026. I want to make every day feel like my luxury life, created just for me, by me, all by myself. And if someone joins, then great. Suitably bronzed for the evening. I did catch the weird sun today on my chest as well, so that's nice. Sundown's looking stunning. Honestly, it looks good, so good. I don't have to deal with nighttime lighting for this, but we're always starting the evening with agua con gas, sparkling water. They do a truffle pasta here, and they also do a tiramisu. And I was going to go get ice cream, but I love a tiramisu, but maybe I'll just have to have both. And I'm going to get wine.
I thought I saw your face today, but I just turned my head away, your face against the trees. But I just see the memories as they come, and I couldn't help but fall in love again. No, I couldn't help but fall in love again. I saw it glitter as I grew and loved it more than I ever knew. I thought this place was heaven sent, but now it's just a monument in my mind, in my mind. And I couldn't help but fall in love again. No, I couldn't help but fall in love again. And the cars and freeways implore me to stay away out of this place. My mother said, just keep your head and play as it lays.
A very good way to spend the evening. I got dolce de leche and white chocolate pistachio, so I'm gonna go eat it.